Welcome to the demo for The Gardener, an upcoming tile-based puzzle where we have to cut grass to gain access to a mysterious manor. Help me! Mow the lawns! Find the manor! Good luck! This came up after I recently played Tiling Forest, so let's see how it compares in terms of mechanics and puzzles. Hectare the gardener. Here we are on our little lawn mower, just mowing along. We can't mow through the bushes, so we just go around and learn how to move. But there might be secrets in the bushes. You should try. Here we are, our first puzzle. So we mow some grass and we gain access. Clearly there's mysterious vines have taken over the place. Now we've got multiple puzzles. Well, going by the patterns on the side, I guess we want everything to be cut down to, the single blade of grass. And we can turn whenever we want to. It's not the kind of game, and once we start going in that direction, it kind of goes to the very end of the area. We have full control at all times. There's also those water canisters. Okay, they reset the puzzle, so if we mess up, we can go again. What happens if we ride over the single blade of grass? Nothing. Okay, well, let's keep going. So we've got a big patch here, but we can't access it. It's locked from both sides, and those sides are connected by vines to other places, so I assume this means go do more tutorials before you're able to solve this big area. So here we gotta comb through and just mow up and down. And that's all solved. Still pretty basic rules. Okay, now we've got denser grass. So we can mow through once, but if we try to go through mow again, I think I've cut down too far because we do want to leave some grass around. So since we don't have to keep going in a single direction, can we just, go back and forth over the same tiles, and then that's solved. Yes, we can use our freedom to move how we want. Okay, this gate up here is locked from the other side, so I guess we just have to ride around to get to it. Now the bottom of the big puzzle's open, but I presume we need the top open as well before we can solve it. So let's just nip into here. Cut some grass around. Another thing is that we are free to leave the puzzle area and keep solving from another angle, right? So it's also not about you have to stay in or it will reset. So that's just back to here. There are those like trellises with patterns formed in the vines that are growing, so I'm immediately suspicious of some witness layer nonsense going on, but maybe it's not that kind of game. But maybe it is. Always keep those things in mind. So here, denser grass again, so when we get to this last tile, we can just turn back around, cut it up again, all done. Okay, here we're starting to have bushes on the sides, so it is sort of blocking us from coming out wherever we want to. But we can go back and forth once again to cut the denser grass and come out. And then we can do the same on the other side, because the bushes are not going to stop us from doing this. So all good so far. Okay, and this last puzzle at the bottom, we have to go all the way around to do it. So let me just do that. The middle puzzle is available now, but I want to complete everything. Okay, so here, when we get to the middle, we can pop out to one side and then the other side, and that's all done. I think that's us having covered the basics. Now we have to apply them here. I guess this is the test for the area, and then we'll be able to go to something else. So, what can we do is we ride around, but then we have to take care of this middle section. So if we, again, use the back and forth trick, we're not leaving anything behind, and we're not getting stuck. And then we just have 2 tiles left. We can clear them up from the outside. There we go. All done. The road ahead has opened. And what's awaiting us next? There we go. Another area. We can see the manor at the top there. It's not unknown where it is. We just have to make our way there. There's a fountain here that's shaped like a key. Oh, suspicious, suspicious. And a statue of the letter N? Interesting. So now we've got colored flowers. I again presume this is the final area. And as the signs are pointing out, we gotta go left and right to learn the rules. So let's do that. Let's learn about those pink flowers here. So we have them in various state of having petals. This one has none. But if I go and mow around it, it has 4. So does that then indicate basically where we need to cut grass to have petals? I presume if I cut the grass where there is a petal, yes, the flower is not going to be happy. So let me undo that and only mow where there are no petals currently. So here, just this one piece of grass. There we go. Beautiful. There's some very particular requirements for how the grass needs to grow in this place. So here we want to not shave the middle, but rest is fine. Rest is not fine because that didn't solve. Why didn't that solve? Is it because I cut too much? Because obviously we have to cut some of this grass here, yes, to the flowers, but they don't want us to cut the grass that has no effect on the flowers. You can't overcut. So here we want the corners cut. I assume cut completely. So if there's multiple layers of grass, we have to go through it all. But then we also have to cut the middle glass entirely. I assume we're fine to cut this down to 1. Yes, we even have to cut this down to 1. We can't leave unkempt grass, but it's just the flower at the layer of where should it be empty. So on this one, we only want the middle empty. Everything else needs to be cut down to 1. So we can just finish off the corners from the sides. There we go. Access granted. Are those places? Okay, it just all goes through to the middle. So again, we could have only solved one of the puzzles. Rest was optional, but it feels like you should be doing all of them if you want to learn what's going on. So once again, we want to just cut the middle fully, but the rest of them needs to be cut down to 1. So we can go through here, then go through here, and then just do those little bits at the top and bottom from the outside. Beautiful. Here we want to cut around the corners to let the flowers grow. And then once again, the middle needs to be cleaned out a bit further. Okay, this corner as well. And then we go through, cut around those corners. And that should all complete now. Pretty. And now we've got a big board with lots of flowers in different states. So obviously there's overlap between the flowers. Like some of them are touching the same squares. And I presume those 2 tiles on the sides is gonna be how we get in and out. So we get in, and then those flowers in the corners here, they need those 3 tiles cut. Same here, it's all mirroring each other. But the next part is we need the middle to be cut. Because I could go along and do all of this, but then even if I do the middle, I will be stuck, right? All beautiful except that one outside tile. Now if I try to leave through anywhere, I will cut too much grass. So potentially when we're here, we go into the middle. We've got room to cut up and down, and then we can go through, cut around and exit. There we go. And that releases us back to the start. So I'm gonna, from that, presume we've learned all there is to learn about the pink flowers. I guess this kind of shows us some of the rules, that they can be around short grass, all empty grass, but obviously it doesn't tell us the steps of the petals growing. Okay, we need to go across to the purple flowers then. I presume they will have different rules than the pink flowers. Well, it's still showing us them around either empty tiles or single blades of grass. But now the petals are not aligning with the direction of the squares. So if I cut here, that grows a petal immediately. But if I cut again, okay, that makes the petal go gray. So this is just a count. Like this one has 2 petals missing. So if I go through 2, yes. So it just tells us how many pieces of grass need to be completely eliminated in order for that flower to fully bloom. There we go. That seems potentially easier than the other rule, but we'll see how it goes. So those ones, they want 2 pieces of grass eliminated next to each, so we can just cut them like this. Here we have a progressive 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one wants 3 pieces of grass cut next to it. We can't go up now because the one at the top left, it doesn't want any cutting. So we can go here and here. Yes. Here we want 2 cuts next to most of the flower except the one in the top right, which means those 4 pieces of grass around it need to be untouched. So we can go here and here for those top flowers, then in between those 2 and this one. There we go. And now we've got bigger boards. So we have 2 flowers with no petals at all, which means everything around them needs to be cut. Once we've cut the grass fully, we're free to move on those squares however much we want. Then those 2 right below me have 3 petals, so we can potentially cut the grass in the middle. Then this one here, and that's done. Okay, and we can just go out here. And then we've got to do lots of layered cutting because there's thick grass in the middle here. So once we've cut this, we need to return to the middle again. Then cut top grass, return, cut the bottom grass. Oh, okay, that solves it. But now I'm stuck in here because, yeah, I think if I try to exit, yeah, I'm going to overcut the grass and undo it. So we need to think about our exits as well. So I presume I'll just be able to exit on one of the branches because I can go through here, yes, and now the bottom is good for me to leave. There, just a slight correction. And now we get a big board of flowers. So those 2 at the bottom and top, they want 3 things around them. So we could go make a shape like this that completes them. That one grass at the bottom needs to stay. For the corner here, okay, the corner flowers are full already, so we can't make any cuts around them. But we can do double cut here. That will keep those flowers happy. Or maybe not. If I do a double cut here to get in the middle and then another cut here, no, that's too many. Okay, so I guess it has to be this. And the same here, it has to be this, so it's nice and symmetrical and all the flowers are happy, because then it's the same shape as at the bottom. But then, how do we get into the middle? I guess we get just through the areas we already cut at top and bottom, because we can just go through here. Go like this. The middle can be completely cut. But we still need to have an exit. So actually, we want to keep the top grass at the end, so yeah, we can go through and exit after we've cut down the middle. And that's it. That's the purple flowers. So now we can solve that big puzzle in the middle area. So let's see how this will go. We've got the grass in the middle around the red flowers, and we have to cut it down all the way. Once again, assume those side slightly overgrown pieces are our entry and exit. So we can do this. Go through the middle, then we can't go all the way down because actually I think we have to cut the whole bottom in order to get those flowers blooming. And we can also just go across, cut all the way around. Yeah, that's all good. And this here. So all we have to now do is cut through, go... Oh yeah, we have to cut through to the middle, but I need to be able to still exit without ruining the thing, so probably there was something I did wrong earlier. So I've undone most of it, because I have to figure out how to get this middle cut and not ruin everything. So then, yeah, when I return here early on, I've already done the middle bit, and then I do the outside, and then I just exit through the extra tile, and that's all done. All the flowers are pretty, and we exit. Well done. Well, I guess that's it for the demo. That's a pretty short one, but it was still fun just riding around solving those puzzles. It didn't seem particularly hard, but that might be because they're only showing us like the very intro to the game, and as we go on, things will get more complicated. We'll see. This game is coming out in July this year, so if you're interested in those sort of puzzles, make sure to check it out on Steam. And if you enjoyed this one, consider liking or subscribing. Thank you to channel members for supporting the channel, and I will see you soon on another adventure.